Alright, time for another installment of video lessons. Today's are on probability, so I took a couple of questions off prior regencies. We're going to look at the one over here on the right first. We're going to look at this one here. Now, this one always catches a lot of people. The reason it catches a lot of people is because the word not. Everyone reads it once. They look for, don't read it clearly enough, don't read it over. Really got to look out for the not. It says not getting a red. Now, if you look in the spinner, and I am using a red pen, so cool for me. We got 3 reds, okay, and 8 total sections. So everyone always goes for answer 2. But since it's a not question, it would have to be 1 minus that 3.8. So it's going to be the complement of that. So 1 minus 3/8 is going to leave us with 5/8. That's the amount that does not have red. So yellows, purples, whites, yellow, green, blue. So the correct answer for this one actually turns out to be 3. So you got to be really careful with those questions on the regions, not answer 2. Now the other one was a part 2 question. It's square dartboard. Shaded portion, the center is square, side is 15. Then you got another square dartboard. The whole thing is 40 inches. So they're kind of testing out a couple things in this. One is area. Okay. Now for area for squares, many of you guys already know it's length times width, or s squared, side squared, because the sides are the same amount. So for each one of these, I'm going to get the calculator out, clear this out of here. Now for the inside circle, so that inside first is 15 times 15, or 15 squared, so that part's 225. So the inside part, as my calculator goes away, the inside is 225 inches squared. And then I'm going to do mental math for the second one. I noticed that it's 40 inches, so there's a 0 at the end. Now that outside square is going to be 40 by 40. Now I know that 4 times 4 is 16, so that means that 40 times 40 has 2 zeros on it, so that outside would be 1600. So I need the calculator for that part. And of course these are square inches. Excuse my writing because I'm doing this with a mouse. So they want us to find the probability that a dart hitting the board will not land in the shaded area. So in this case, the shaded area is the inside, which is 225 over 1600. So I'm just going to put a fraction bar through this. Now the chance of you not hitting it would be the complement of this, the rest of the cases, because we got all this area around here. So there's actually a bigger section that isn't shaded. Now if we subtract the total area from that, which is 1600, we subtract 225 from it, we're going to end up getting 1375. Now we could write that as a fraction, which would be 1375 over 1600. And we can take a calculator, kind of divide that out, get it as a decimal, because we can express it anyway. So it's 0.859. Now I'm going to put it down as 0.859 first, and then I'm going to round this to the nearest hundredth. So we'll make it 0.86, and if we're talking about a percentage, it'd be 86%. So if someone was to hit that board, 86% of the time they would be hitting that area up here that's not shaded. Okay. So that's kind of it for the probability lesson. Just be careful, again, like I said, be careful of these nots in questions, because they kind of pop up very often. They really want us to trick you on that. Okay? See you guys soon.